If you lose money in any of the exchanges or any other places, don't lose hope. You should fight for it, because once you start your fight, there are a lot of people who can join you in getting your money back, because you're not the only one who has lost money. Fight for yourself, if not for anybody else.
There are a lot of careers in the crypto space that you can do on the side and get paid in crypto.
Money.
And I don't think there's a lot of light being shone on this at the moment.
All I can say is that the space is imperfect. It's a very imperfect space. There are still very big gaps. There are still solutions that need to be met. And whilst everybody out there is trying to solve a problem, a lot of them are spending their time trying to explain what the problem is.
We've got our amazing panelists today. I'm going to be helping to co-host this one. So we're going to be talking all about cryptos. Everyone got a mic? Everyone all good? Perfect. Okie dokie. So I'm going to let you amazing gentlemen just introduce yourselves. Debs, if you want to start with yourself.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Debadan Osakita. I'm the founder of an investing community which started with stocks, long-term investing, but over time people hear about other ways to make money in property, in crypto, in angel investing, startups. So as the community evolved, we're basically like a one-stop shop now for learning anything to do with financial literacy, money management, investing. I'm like a personal trainer for investing. So before you do anything with your money, you come to me. I might be the guy to even recommend E-Man Effect as your financial advisor. Some of my clients on the previous panel. And yeah, community is so important, as I said. And you know, Blockchain Sensei is another community, and we literally work together, but in each other's groups. And we just make sure that when people come to either of us, they have access to information, community, education, and whatever they need to build wealth. My background is I worked as an investment banker, as a trader at firms like Goldman Sachs, Barclays, more recently a quantitative hedge fund, which is pretty much fintech, using AI, machine learning to make profit in pretty much every asset class out there. So yeah, that's a little bit about myself. I grew up in Peckham, South London.
Nice. Next.
Hi everyone, I'm Andy. I'm director of WebEdge and also mentor and advisor for Stanford Research Labs, which is a Web3 focused investment fund, which focuses on projects working on AI and other blockchain projects, including gaming and SocialFi. Grew up in London, grew up in Enfield, in kind of a humble area called Ponders End. Been in the space for about 3 years now and collaborating with some of the most incredible people. I'm very fortunate to be working with some of the people, a couple of people here today that I'm very familiar with and we work together on, and so yeah, very happy to be here.
Mladen?
My name is Mladen, that's the right way to pronounce it. I come from Bulgaria, originally where I grew up, in a valley that's called the Valley of Roses. So if you don't know, 86% of the world oil that goes into perfumes comes from Bulgaria. If you don't know, that's the interesting fact. I've been involved in entrepreneurship for the last 18 years of my life. I've been an entrepreneur for all that time. In tech since 2007. Since 2017, I've been part of the blockchain, I would say. And I can boldly say globally, I've spent some time in North Europe, West Europe, East Europe, Japan, across the globe, really. At the moment, I'm a co-founder and the CEO of a company called Gravity. So the mission of Gravity and the target of Gravity is to help athletes capture and monetize better the connection with their top community. We use a ton of deep tech, and blockchain for us is the technology that we're using. And I have a privilege of working with some of the people on the panel today. Debs is part of our team as well, and he's an amazing guy. Michael over here, I've known him for quite a while, so great people today. It's going to be an interesting talk, I guess.
Last but not least, Mr. Singh.
Hello everyone, I'm Navodaya. I'm a crypto and a blockchain lawyer. I've been in space for working on crypto laws for the last 2.5 years now. But I've been practicing law for the last almost a decade now. And I run a law firm, and we help most of the crypto and blockchain based projects to set up their companies, to work on their contracts, to work on their IPs, and mostly everything legal. Yeah.
Nice. And those of you that don't know me, I'm Michael Harding. I'm part of Blockchain Sensei. We're a financial literacy and blockchain education company. Mainly we work with pretty much anyone, but we also work with high net worth individuals, family offices, footballers, and then do consultancy with places like World Fair Trade Company, Manchester United, Paramount, so on and so forth. Just advising people on how and what blockchain technology is, how it can be applied to their business, and then helping people to understand what are the first cryptos that people should explore if they're thinking about getting involved the first time. So in terms of that kind of direction, there's a great question that I think can add a lot of value to everybody in the room. And I want to go around and ask, what's something that you didn't know that you know now that you wish you knew earlier that you think everyone everybody should know about crypto? So we'll start with Mr. Singh.
Thing about crypto which I didn't know earlier is that first thing which I read about crypto was when I lost my own crypto, and when I started looking for laws and lawyers could help me with getting the funds back from maybe exchanges in other places, is that if you lose money in any of the exchanges or any other places, don't lose hope. You should fight for it, because once you start your fight, there are a lot of people who can join you in getting your money back, because you're not the only one who has lost money. There are a lot of people who have lost the money, and a class action suit can always be helpful for everyone, and people do get back their money. And it's the community which will help you and fight for yourself, if not for anybody else.
I would definitely like to add to that. Are you talking about people losing their money when the investment goes down? Or are you talking about people losing their money when it gets hacked or stolen? Because I don't think the audience might have a clear definition of that.
It's not only about when you lose money because of the market. It's when your account is closed because the company where you have invested or the company where you have stored your cryptos has lost money because they have invested your money somewhere. Like, for example, you have Celsius as in the biggest example for that. And hacks, of course, but in most of the cases, hacks are not in your jurisdiction, so you don't know whether you'll get back the money or you'll find the hacker. But there have been cases where they have found the hackers and they have got back the money as well.
Amazing, amazing. And Mladen, what's one thing that you think everybody should know?
One of the things that really enlightened me back in the days when the 2017 market crash happened was effectively, at the time we were building a company that had to do with the proof of view tech, and I was in charge with the negotiation with Japan and all that. It was very interesting field at the time. And what hit me was that actually what Bitcoin is down the line and some of the top cryptocurrencies is what they're not currencies, they're store of value. So that's one thing that really flipped the whole thing for me, because when I looked at it as an asset that holds value and it runs a lot of blood for different companies and all of that are on top of this value, then it totally makes sense. And now if we're speaking about general companies, in the last 6-7 months, a lot of them lost a ton of value on the stock exchange and all that, which is interesting. And I guess this thing for me changed the whole game. And I started looking more into asset-based tokens as well, and where this is going, what it's going to unlock and all of that. We've been having chats with you about it, actually, that it's going to disrupt some markets like real estate and all of these things. So that was one thing that really kicked off a new perspective for me, really.
I think it's a tough question to answer because I know a lot of people in this room are already very familiar with the space. A lot of people here already have their perspective. They already are in the space. They're working. They're all earning from it. So for me to give something totally unique is going to be almost impossible. All I can say is that the space is imperfect. It's a very imperfect space. There are still very big gaps. There are still solutions that need to be met. And whilst everybody out there is trying to solve a problem, a lot of them are spending their time trying to explain what the problem is. So I think that there is still room for a more sensible and wise approach to the space. I think there's a market for people who are willing to do it honorably and respectfully, because historically it wasn't that. A lot like piracy back in the day, a lot like even internet piracy, like LimeWire. You never knew what you were downloading, in the same way you never know what you're buying. And this is going to be one of the biggest challenges that we're all going to face in the future. And like knowing a lot of you here, I believe that the future is in good hands. So, yeah.
And Debs, what would you say is the one thing you think everyone should know about crypto, or something that you learned that you didn't know before?
This is going to be a very interesting one, but careers. There are a lot of careers in the crypto space that you can do on the side and get paid in crypto.
Money.
And I don't think there's a lot of light being shone on this at the moment, and even knowing where to go, where to look for these opportunities. But there are people getting paid 60K, 100K just to do a little bit of project management on the side, a bit of consulting on the side, a bit of social media management on the side, just getting involved in crypto startups. There's so many roles advertised that only if you're in specific communities will you even see those roles. Unlike traditional roles on LinkedIn, or that you see the roles you apply in crypto, it can be very, very work from home, low touch, and you're still earning 50K just by working in your own time on a project. So before anyone asks me where to go, I don't know. But the reason I know this is because I've got clients in my community who have done this, who have left their traditional job paying 40K and literally found someone in the crypto world that they're working with on projects and getting paid 80K, all tax-free, crypto world, traveling the world, getting involved in things that I didn't even know existed. So even though I don't know exactly, if someone came to me and said, I want to get involved, I will know who to direct you to help you on that process.
We know what those jobs are.
That's what community is about. You don't need to know all the answers, but I know that my network is so connected that I can put you in touch with somebody that can probably find a role. I reckon everyone in here, if I was to take 25% of you, you could all get a job in the crypto space at entry level that can pay you 20 to 30K, and you're you're working from home on your own terms, part-time.
100% agree with that. We see it all the time. That's one of the first things we do at the universities is we ask people, are you interested in social media? Are you interested in writing? Are you interested in interviewing? Are you interested in events? And there is jobs going for 40K, 50K doing that. In fact, one of the projects that we're working with at the moment, they're paying people to write articles, £1,500 per article. They're willing. So if you're interested in writing, you can do that. You do a bit of research for them. You submit what you want to write about. They'll then forward you half of the money. Once you completed it, they'll forward you the rest of the money. There's all sorts of stuff. I think people often think that the crypto space is just about the tokens, but it's actually far wider than that. They're looking for graphic designers. They're looking for literally everything that traditional businesses look for. And that ties in with the thing that I learned. The thing that I learned that I think most people don't understand is that blockchain and crypto are not the same thing. And that also one of the biggest problems with the space is that it's actually called cryptocurrency, because the word currency suggests that you're meant to spend it, that you're meant to transfer it. It should be called the digital asset space, because what you're meant to do is you're meant to hold it because you're owning a part of a company. If you were given shares or equity in a company, you're not going to go and try and spend that at Tesco. Whereas that's what's happening is people are like, oh, but I can't spend it. No, you're not meant to spend it. You're meant to hold on to it or use it for the voting rights that come with it. So in terms of the digital asset space, because that's a little bit wider, that can also include the thing that we're going to talk about in the next panel, which is NFTs and things like that. What would you say are things that you've seen that you're looking forward to more people knowing about? Start with you, Deb.
You know what, yeah, before we get onto that, I just realized that I'm actually a beneficiary. I work with Mladen and his team, Gravity Tech, which you will hear about shortly. And yeah, we work together. And that came about, he reached out to me, he saw my LinkedIn, we had a conversation. Actually, we had many conversations. And eventually I said, I don't want to be an outside consultant. I actually want to work with you because I like football and I like the project. And now I'm a team member. So that is a job in the crypto space. So when I was saying my thing earlier, I didn't actually deep that has actually happened to me. And
You're the case study.
And in fact,
I'm a walking case study. So I do know where to do. Like sometimes just networking and having conversations with people, just being in this room, someone might get a job for Madden or someone else.
you're welcome to do that. In fact, I have a young gentleman over there who raised his hand. You wanted to ask a question, correct? Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Ask it.
What jobs can you get with crypto?
What do you like doing? You like playing games. You know how many games at the moment run on the blockchain? And it's about, for example, you can design your own swords and own ammos and armors and stuff like this. And you can effectively, you can design it and then you can put it in a game and then you can make money out of it. And you can be part of a team that does this. And to be fair, that's one of the things that I wanted to speak about today, because a lot of people don't get what you started at. Because it's a growing market, just like in AI now. When you have a growing, hyper-growing market, when you have the exponential growth going on, there is a lot of funds being pumped into the space, and that usually at the early stage of adoption, you get a ton of money that get burned so that you can reach to the next stage. And that's a brilliant moment to actually switch and go into the space. And even now, we may speak about bear market, no doubt. The fact is, people want doers and not talkers in the space. And you touched about the shady guys. I mean, that's 90+% of them, I would say. And the cool thing about this is, when you go in the room and you can spot out, you remember when we first met, it was 100 people in the room, I think, event. I spoke to you, to Mona, to you and Mona, that's it. And then I left the room kind of happy that I had a good connection with somebody. And when you learn to speak with people and build what Deb spoke about, network, I would definitely recommend to you guys, after this panel or some of the other guys here, if you're interested in this space, reach out. There's a ton of people now looking for good people to join the different teams.
I would also say, as someone that's, if you're absolutely brand new to crypto, don't know what's going on, totally confused about it. One thing that we teach at Blockchain Sensei is don't buy any crypto. Don't buy any NFTs. There is tons of websites out there giving out free crypto, giving out free NFTs just for learning about them. So one for you to all do as your homework is just literally type in Coinbase Learn. If you go on Coinbase Learn, it will have 5-minute lessons about different cryptos and you will earn that crypto. You can earn up to £5, £10 just for doing the lessons. And then from there, that crypto, now you can spend it or do whatever you want with it, because guess what? It was free. It doesn't matter. And there's tons of examples like that with games and all sorts. You just got to literally, if you make that a task that once a week you go onto YouTube and type earn free crypto, there will be people out there going, please come in and log in and try my game, try my website, try my app, whatever, and we'll give you X amount of free tokens. So you don't have to spend your own money to get into the space. Like, you can just literally get it for free for doing a wide range of stuff.
This is great for kids, because some of us might not have the time. But if you've got nephews nephews, nieces, kids. Literally, they've got time, especially summer holidays. This is a free way to get them engaged and they'll get paid. There are 11-year-olds designing wallpapers for houses in the metaverse and getting paid £500, getting paid £1,000 to design rooms and do graphic work in the metaverse, right?
Definitely.